Okay, we're going to be talking through another one of Orwell's charactonyms. This time we're going to look at the character of Boxer. Okay, so the first thing to say, when we think of boxers, we think of physical strength, and that's absolutely the case with Boxer here. It's totally identified his key quality, the thing that defines him, is his physical strength. Orwell tells us at the very start that he's as strong as any two ordinary horses combined, and under the leadership of the pigs when they first take control, he's as strong as 3 horses. So absolutely his greatest quality is his physical strength and not his intellect. That's not to say that he is incredibly stupid. He absolutely isn't. He does show that he's got intelligence. It's just not his strongest quality. Boxing is stereotyped as a sport that requires little thought, and we see that boxers seems to try to avoid deep thought and really prioritises physical tasks because they're the things that he finds easiest to do. A little more on the fighter. So we see that through the name Boxer, there is an expectation on, or rather there is an expectation from the reader that this character will be one that fights, and he shows us that he can. So when he knocks the boy unconscious in the Battle of the Cowshed, we see that he is more than capable of violence, physical violence, but he doesn't want to. He has no wish to take any life, not even human life. And I think Orwell sees this as a weakness. That's his flaw. He's got the physical strength to make a difference, but he chooses not to because he's sentimental or a bit soft. Boxers are obviously fighters, but Boxer repeatedly and frustratingly directs his fight towards the wrong enemy. Often he accepts responsibility for the bad things on himself. He sees it as a flaw in him, and when he knows something is wrong, he seems to be easily convinced when really he could just use his physical strength to make it not happen. Chapter 7 is really key for that, where he pins the dog and looks to Napoleon for Napoleon to decide whether or not he should kill the dog. And when Napoleon tells him not to, he lets him go and just releases all of his power. By chapter 9, he's trying to fight for himself, which is probably for the first time ever. But his strength has gone by then. He's not able to fight his way out of the cart that's taking him off to the knackers. There's a sense, I guess, that boxers are able to fight and struggle and take a bit of a beating and then get back up again. And really, Boxer absolutely represents those ideas. You know, no more so than in the Battle of the Windmill, where he's shot repeatedly and the pellets are in his hind leg and he carries on regardless. But I think it expands beyond Boxer as well. I think the animals take this metaphorical beating. Physically, psychologically, they are abused and they just keep sort of enduring it in the way that a fighter might. Underground boxing is often fixed. It's decided beforehand who's going to win. It's not about fairness, and actually, Boxer isn't treated fairly at all. Underground boxing is, manipulated for the gain of wealthy people, and we see that actually the animals and Boxer are manipulated to benefit the pigs and get them more of the things that they want. It is a skilled sport. It requires some dedication, but fundamentally, Boxer is dedicated to work above all else. You can't help but feel that if he dedicated more time to education, that he might have been able to have improved himself in that respect significantly, which would have helped many of the animals, because Boxer is the universal admiration of all. Everybody wants to be like Boxer, and ultimately that's the issue. He's the role model and he's working harder and harder and harder, and all the animals kind of aspire to that same level of commitment, which the pigs ultimately manipulate. yeah, if you're boxed in, it does mean sort of limited number of ideas, quite narrow thinking. And I think Boxer does have that. His ideas are boxed in. He's unable to develop them, and we see that through his limited sort of ability to remember the alphabet. You have to question whether he is boxed in through lack of intellect or through choice. I think Orwell probably feels that he chooses to allow these things to happen rather than is totally a victim. He's partly a victim, but not totally. And then finally, nice, clever little link. This link to the Boxer Rebellion, which was the nickname given to the Chinese rebellion. And the fighters in this were called Boxers. And they were able to sort of withstand bullets. They did these physical activities that sort of made them feel like stronger than normal humans. And we see that Boxer can withstand bullets. He's shot in the Battle of the Windmill and survives after that. The Boxers in the Chinese Rebellion made a massive difference to kind of the likelihood of the revolutionists taking control. And the Boxers were known for their physical strength, for their ability as fighters, but not for their ability to make decisions or think things through. So they used to do as they were told by others and use their physical strength to back decisions made by other people. And we absolutely see that that's exactly what Boxer does in Animal Farm.